Ladies and gentlemen, maniacs and psychopaths, hello and welcome to Rainbow Schmainbow, a colourful, magical, zany place where you can come to chill out, relax, unwind, forget about the perils of everyday life for a while, switch off the old think machine, and just be entertained by something and someone that you don't have to take too seriously. However, although this is a colourful, magical, zany place, it's a place rife with sex, drugs, ultra-violence, and Olympic swimming pools full of exaggerated profanity and toilet humour. So because of that, let me make this clear. This is not made for kids. Get out of here, kid. Go watch Hannah Montana or something. We had the parental advisory at the start, and this right here is your final warning, because after the countdown, things are going to get real. Okay? From 5. Giddy up cunts, it's Seanny Miller here at Rainbow Schmainbow, and this is episode 3 of a show I originally called simply First Person Shooter with Seanny Miller. Only it's not called First Person Shooter now, it's called
First Person Shitter.
And that is because I am wildly underskilled at these games. Wildly. These are my highlight reels, if you can believe it. No, seriously, the only reason you proper gamers are going to be watching me is the same reason an average human being might watch a colorblind chimpanzee trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. You want him to succeed, even though you know he won't. There's a slight chance everything could get covered in shit. It's lightly to mildly entertaining for a few minutes at least. And the best part is, you get to sit there in your superiority feeling really good about yourself and nodding along and smiling to the fact that you'll never be that retarded at something. So there you go. Seanny Miller, helping gamers with their self-esteem since 2025. So why would you base an entire show around the premise of being so wildly underskilled at something as you worded it, so much so that you would align yourself with the likes of a chimpanzee trying to solve a Rubik's Cube, Seanny? You know, for a grimy piece of shit reporter, that was actually a pretty decent question, Gary. But if you're so concerned about the way I worded things there, then I'm not sure why you've missed out on such a vital detail. A colorblind chimpanzee, Gary. I said a colorblind chimpanzee. Keep up, would ya? That's why he's out there in the field and I'm here in the studio. But allow me to answer that question with a little story out there to the folks in the real world. Okay, so you know adulting, right? Well, I recently broke up with adulting, and it was one of those bad breakups. Adulting got the house, the car, the 2.5 kids, the rose garden, the picket fence, and all I was left with was my loud, colourful party shirts, my rapidly greying beard, the ends or crusts of 4 different brands of bread buried in the ancient ice at the back of my freezer, my crusty old laptop, my 42-inch TV with a hard line of missing pixels, YouPorn, and the exact same gaming console that you play. So after the rear delt and wrist injury in February, I rummaged through the dusty cases of my old games, found myself a first-person shooter, and I decided to go on a video game vacation. Adulting always hated it when I played video games, but adulting wasn't around anymore, so I could game as much as I wanted. And I did! And while I did, I not only had fun reconnecting with my primal urges to kill absolutely everything I came into contact with, I dished myself the kind of insults that you could only get at the specific request of a veteran dominatrix, inspired by both an unnecessarily high paycheck for only 1 hour of work and my general patheticness. And along the way, I realised that in this day and age with all the fucking snowflakes around the world, that the only way I could carry on the way I do, swearing and being a total fucking asshat, would be to turn all the hatred and animosity in towards me, so that nobody, and I mean nobody, could take offence. If all I was doing was hating on myself, then there wouldn't be a Karen in the cosmos that could come after me. Who were the casualties? The villains in the game? No. The kids? Nope, it's not made for kids. Adulting? No, adulting is like totally over me and fine without me apparently. Rosie O'Donnell? No. Maybe. The rear deltoid and capillaries on the right side of my body? Maybe. Look, that's beside the point, okay? The point is that all I'm doing is playing video games and ripping on myself. That's why I made the show, Gary, and that's why I made this brilliant clusterfuck you all now know as Rainbow Schmainbow. And nobody should take this seriously. And nobody should take offense, okay? Good. Enjoy! Okay, so today we're back on Pandora playing the fan favorite Borderlands 1, but today we're gonna do things a little different. Today it's time to grab your funbrella, put on your rubber fun boots, and splash through the puddles of complete and utter failure with me. Hold on tight and brace yourselves for the Blunderstorm. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 3 of First Person Shitter is also the very first Blunderstorm episode. And here's how it works. The Blunderstorm is basically a cute way of counting every time I fuck up whilst playing the game, which is a lot. And for the purposes of these episodes, when I do that, we call it a blunder. Hence the wordplay-inspired title, The Blunderstorm. There will be a counter on the left side of the screen in the middle just here, and that's so we can count every single stupid fucking mistake I make, so we can accurately measure just how retarded I am at these games. This way we can break my failures down to a science so we can really hone in on where I could improve. Although I probably never will. Every time I make a blunder, the counter will go up, and a little ding will happen, like this. And when I say I make a blunder in my commentary, but I jump the gun and I actually don't, the counter will go down, and this sound will happen instead. We'll tally them all up, and the score at the end will determine exactly how spastic and not very fantastic I was in this episode. Back over to you, Seanny. Thanks, Seanny. And in this episode, it's Seanny versus the Small Fortress. In this episode, I have 3 clips for your viewing pleasure, and all 3 clips are set in the same area. If you've ever played the Borderlands 1 DLC, The Secret Armory of General Knox, then you might have taken on this small army of Crimson Lance and Devastator robots, but if not, and you wanna, you'll find them on the Road's End map. And the reason we have 3 clips of the same area is again to break down in fine detail just how average I am at these first-person shooter games, so you can see my failures from 3 different vantage points of disappointment. You'll see my shortcomings squared, and all the while we're gonna count the blunders and laugh our asses off. At me! They're laughing with me and not at me though, right? Right? Okay, so this clip is round 1 of Seanny versus the Small Fortress and the very first round of the Blunderstorm. In this clip we have excessive use of a shotgun, excessive use of the C word, cunt, a whole heap of blunders, 80s American aerobics, and a masterclass of clunky dialogue that makes me wish I wrote scripts for the game clips as well. So without further fucking around, let's shoot some shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first Blunderstorm episode. Let's do this. Alright, so I've just killed an inanimate object.
I am Death on Pandora.
And I have no idea where I'm going. So that's the very first blunder, ladies and gentlemen. That's blunder 1. And actually I'm going to give myself a second blunder for the jolty way that I just went up the ramp there. No one should drive like that. If you are watching this and you are new to video games, do not drive like that.
Uncle.
Alright, so that's the Small Fortress. That is who we are taking on today.
Clunky.
There's no one around right now, but you will see them shortly. I am trying to get the jump on them, so to speak. But I haven't. Oh my god, that's another blunder right there, because I have not even snuck up on them. I went all the way up that ramp to sneak up on them, and he snuck up on me. That's another blunder. I didn't even see him coming from the right there.
Hopeless.
But he's dead though, that's good.
Night cunt.
So there's Ajax up there like a little motherfucking flying motherfucking gnat.
Clunky.
I'm gonna give myself another blunder because if you can see bottom left hand corner there with the 1 that's flashing, that is upgrading some of my skills and I still haven't done that. Oh my god, I've just been kicked by Palais the robot.
Embarrassing.
That's another blunder right there. I am retreating. Are these grenades even doing anything still? Alright, I'm running away. That's another blunder because I'm scared, but I just also realized that there was people over there, so I stopped. That's another blunder. And thrust. And thrust. And thrust.
And thrust. And and thrust, and thrust, and thrust.
Okay, I'm obviously just using my shot. Well, you're dead, cunt.
Night, cunt.
Alright, so you can fucking take some thrust as well, cunt.
And thrust, and thrust, and thrust, and thrust.
Alright, well, another grenade for you, sir. You're dead, cunt.
Night, cunt.
And what about you? What about you? Alright, well, you're dead as well, cunt. Take that.
I am Death on Pandora.
Alright, I'm giving myself another blunder because I still haven't realised that the one is flashing in the bottom left-hand corner there.
Idiot.
I'm also getting attacked from the left while I'm trying to sniper someone on my right, or 12 o'clock, so that's another blunder for sure.
Facepalm.
I didn't even kill him with a critical. That's totally another blunder. He's just sidestepped there. I don't know if that's probably good with my aim. So I'm just back on the shotgun. Alright, thrust, thrust.
And thrust, and thrust.
Oh, and there's a whole badass devastator to my left there that I have not seen. That's another blunder for sure.
Hopeless.
Alright, and I'm running away. That's another blunder. Actually, did my turret just kill him? That's another blunder on my part, or just laziness.
Semi-retarded.
Alright, well you're dead, cunt. Off with your head.
Night, cunt.
And you're not far behind. Another good thrusting with the shotgun.
And thrust, and thrust.
You're dead too, and I'm pretty sure I've cleared them all. How many blunders are we up to now? That's ridiculous.
Embarrassing.
Only a short clip, and I'm sure I've got a few already.
I suck.
Okay folks, well that was round 1 of the Blunderstorm, and we are currently sitting at 14 blunders so far, which for a clip that was only originally 3 minutes long is pretty fucking horrendous. Highlights in that one for me was my new thrust chime in, which I feel like you guys are going to be seeing a lot of. The fact that I took that much care to sneak up on the small army but still absolutely did not achieve stealth. Getting kicked by Palais the robot, what a ride. And the way the robots' heads pop off upon their demise. Lowlights in clip 1 was my general retardation, but mainly my commentary about Ajax being a, let me get this quote right, actually, here, a motherfucking flying motherfucking gnat. Yikes. I'm really gonna have to make a that's not funny chime in after that epic fail of a joke, aren't I? Damn. Okay, so in this next clip, we have round 2 of the Blunderstorm and vantage point 2 of the small fortress at Road's End. In this clip, we have even more 80s aerobics, even more use of the C word, which as I explained earlier is cunt, even more shotgun, even less stealth, more bloopers, and of course more blunders. Shall we? Alright, so the Blunderstorm continues with clip 2 here from the second vantage point, so you can see the small fortress in the distance there. I have just crouched down. I am trying to sneak up on them.
Semi-retarded.
Because obviously in the first video, you can see up to the top left there, there's the bridge that I jumped off, trying to get the jump on them, and I didn't.
Disappointing.
So this is my second attempt at getting the jump on them, and actually I think they were being quite nice to me then. I do not think I snuck up on them at all.
Fully retarded.
So that's the first blunder there. Shooting away with this gun. It's a sexy looking gun. Have I even hit anyone with that yet though?
Hopeless.
That's another blunder right there. Actually, I'm still using the grenades even though they clearly do nothing. You can see that his bar did not go down.
Embarrassing.
Oh, and there's another blunder there. I have been snuck up on once again from a giant robot. How you get snuck up on by giant robots? Only fucking me, ladies and gentlemen.
I suck.
So anyway, another grenade that doesn't fucking work, another grenade that doesn't work, another grenade that doesn't work, a thrusting with my shotgun.
And thrust. And thrust. And thrust. And thrust.
Because that's all I seem to be able to do is thrust and thrust.
And thrust. And thrust.
Oh, and there's another blunder there. I've tried to run past him. Oh, I nearly didn't get past him again. That's another blunder right there. My turret is doing all the work as usual.
Bitch move.
So there's another blunder right there. I'm going to just count myself for another one. There's another blunder right there. Actually, I did kill him though, and
That was actually pretty good.
was that my turret or me?
Clunky.
I'm sure that was my turret. Oh, I'm being snuck up on by yet another giant robot.
Facepalm.
That's another blunder for me, but I'm sure you're going to get a good thrusting, sir.
And thrust. And thrust.
Hopefully I can thrust you until you're no longer alive and I'm still thrusting.
Wow.
Alright, how many? Oh, off with your head, cunt.
Night, cunt.
Alright, well, I'm sure we've got a fair few more blunders there. Ooh, an orange gun.
This gun fucking pumps.
How fortunate. That's actually one of the good ones, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well that was round 2 of the Blunderstorm, and we are currently sitting at a whopping 25 blunders so far, and that was achieved by adding a clip that was originally only 2 minutes long this time. That is pretty fucking woeful indeed. Highlights in that one for me was the small army actually being quite accommodating at the start there while I tried to hit them with the element of surprise and failed miserably, and also the fact that at long last I actually killed someone with a grenade, forcing a tally off the blunder count. Lowlights in clip 2 on my part was again failing to sneak up on the small army for a second time because I am further down than someone that has Down syndrome, using a sexy fire SMG that would have been deadly had I actually pointed it somewhere effective, and the fact that I can get snuck up on by giant robots says it all about my general awareness of the surrounding environment. Okay, so this third and final clip of the episode is also the third and final vantage point of the small fortress, and we start this one off with our 25 blunders and counting. How many more can we score in this next clip? Well, you're about to find out. Full disclosure, I do play ever so slightly better in this next clip, but it's not about the amount of blunders in this one, it's about the type of blunders that shine a bright white night light on my gaming disabilities. So let's dive in and see what level of retardation I'm capable of this time. In this clip, we have a little more Jamie Lee Curtis, a few more cunts, and no, I'm not talking about the women in the aerobics class and the things that they're enthusiastically thrusting towards your face. We actually try more guns other than the shotgun, and we stumble upon a pretty solid idea for the title of a future Die Hard movie. Shall we then? Alrighty, so straight into clip 3 of the very first Blunderstorm episode, and how do we start it off, ladies and gentlemen? That is right, with me wasting a whole bunch of time
Idiot.
looking through my skill tree very slowly, but as you can see at the top right there, I am called Death on Pandora.
I am Death on Pandora.
As you already know from the very first and second episodes, that is what I call myself here. So, I've decided to not waste time. Right, here we are. Third vantage point of the small fortress. Nothing can stop us now. We are gonna fucking gallop into victory or not.
Facepalm.
Or we're just gonna stall again.
Hopeless.
That's right. So I go looking for guns here like I fucking know what gun to choose anyway.
I suck.
I know probably about as much about guns as a fucking Buddhist monk, I'll tell you that much.
Semi-retarded.
I think I'm going for explosive guns. I think I worked out that that was good here. So cool, I've got an explosive SMG, so surely fucking nothing can stop us now. That's 2 extra blunders, by the way, for fucking wasting time and then wasting even fucking more time.
Fully retarded.
So here we are, we're finally there. We've thrown another grenade that doesn't work, so that's another blunder right there. Or he's dead though, Night cunt.
Night cunt.
Alright, Ajax is flying in the fucking distance there. Turret doing most of the work once again.
Bitch move.
So that's another blunder to me. Oh, off with your head, fucking Night cunt to you too.
Night cunt.
That was actually a pretty good throw with the grenade there.
That was actually pretty good.
And I am thrusting away once again, because that's my style.
And thrust. And thrust. And thrust. And thrust.
Alright, backing away slowly. I should be backing away quickly, so that's another blunder right there. At least there's a pack of them and I can just shoot in the general direction. What have I just done? I backed all the way into a rock surface, so there's another blunder right there.
Embarrassing.
How are we going? Oh, off with your head, cunt, so you're fucking dead.
Night cunt.
Alright, I just backed into another wall. There's another blunder right there. What a fuckwit.
Embarrassing.
Alright, well he's dead though. But yeah, Ajax, the flying fuckhead, is still fucking just not allowing me to have a nice day.
And thrust. And thrust.
But he's fucking dead, so kiss my ass, motherfucker.
I am Death on Pandora.
Alright, cool. Let's actually try this SMG. It didn't work very well before, so that's another blunder. That actually worked pretty good there. Melted that motherfucker like butter. Butter.
Fully retarded.
Alright, cool. So, yeah, it is a little bit like butter.
WTF.
Alright, so we're trying to fucking have we cleared it? Oh, of course not.
Idiot.
We've got the big badass fucking devastator in the distance there that I always seem to forget about.
Hopeless.
So that's another blunder just on principle. So there's another grenade. Off with your head. He's fucking dead.
Night cunt.
That is the end of our Blunderstorm episode so far.
I am Death on Pandora.
And you can't see it because this is my point of view, but I'm basically walking away from that scene like fucking Dirty Harry or Bruce Willis in one of the fucking diehards. Fucking Die Hard 15, Die Harder Daddy. Oh yeah.
Victory.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was the final round of our very first Blunderstorm episode, and we have ended up on a whopping total of 34 blunders in a very short span of time. All up, there was only 8 minutes of total gameplay in there, and I screwed the pooch at least 34 times that I counted while narrating it back the first time, but in all honesty, I could go back and add a few more on from what I've seen since. Let me know if you noticed any other major blunders that I might have missed down below in the comments. After today though, ladies and gentlemen, if I was a betting man, I would bet the farm on the fact that I could reach 100 blunders in one episode. Watch this space. Highlights in that one for me was the Bruce Willis cameo, Jamie Lee Curtis's cameos, Jamie Lee Curtis's leotard, and the fact that my precious grenades I use all the time to no avail actually seemed to work this time. Twice! Lowlights in clip 3 was backing into the wall twice, blutter, and then doubling down on the butter joke immediately after. In my defense though, I had just said the word blunder like 30 odd times in a row, and it was coupled with the fact that the SMG I was using at the time was melting that enemy like butter. But either way, I totally fucked up and then doubled down on it like a dickhead. Actually, I probably should have recorded a few more blunders for that. And I will! So upon the final review of our very first Blunderstorm episode, I'm going to give myself an extra 3 bonus blunders. 2 for the cock-ups around the blutter remark, and 1 for calling Ajax, what was it again? A motherfucking flying motherfucking gnat. That was the least funny improv on the show so far, but don't you worry, I'm gonna walk on Lego, punch myself in the face and give myself a Chinese burn later this evening for that one. So that brings our official total of blunders in our very first Blunderstorm episode to 36. No wait, it's 37! The bar has been set nice and low, and I will be back to try and beat that score in the next Blunderstorm episode. Okay, you fucking weirdos, that's about enough of all that nonsense for now. The small army at the small fortress are dead, the bullets have been spent, and all good things must come to an end. That was episode 3 of First Person Shitter, and this is me saying, and thrust, and thrust, and thrust, and thrust. Like, subscribe, share, stalk, follow, if not today, then definitely tomorrow, and feel free to drop some comments. Let me know your highlights or lowlights of the clips, if you've got any Borderlands 1 stories, or feel free to just give me tons of shit about how pathetic I am at gaming. Go on, unleash your inner hatred at some random on the internet. But for now, adios amigos, stay weird, stay wild, stay wacky, stay wonderful, have tons and tons of fun out there, but be good to each other. See you next time. Get out of here, would you? I've got shit to do.